their follow-up to the Emmy-winning The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Amy Sherman Palladino and Daniel Palladino are back on Prime Video with another comedy drama, Étoile. Please welcome three of its stars: Emmy winner Kirby, Tony nominee Gideon Glick, and from Paris, international Emmy winner Laâge. Hi, Lou.
Hi.
And since Étoile does not premiere until April 24th, mark your calendars, we'll kick it off with a trailer that sets up the premise.
Your company, it's in trouble.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Reviews don't matter.
Mine is too. I've got union issues. If they strike, I don't have to pay them.
What?
The audience is dead, so's the funding. The seats are empty.
Not ours.
That's right. Once we closed off the balconies, the house filled right up.
We have to fix this.
Okay, fine. What do we do?
We trade our top talent, Paris and New York. Put fresh faces out there. Get people interested in dance again.
It would be for a year. Train with them, learn the Paris way. Is he coming back? I want Cheyenne.
You despise her.
Well, she sold tickets.
This is getting really interesting.
All these years I am here. You just gave me away. I gave up family, children. Oh, you hate children! Because they are a drain on the world and are boring to talk to. But that doesn't mean I did not give them up.
You come in here and traumatize every male dancer in the company.
None of these men can be my partner.
Why not?
You think I don't know what I need? You think I'm a baby ballerina stuffing lamps full in my shoes to stop the pain? There is no stopping the pain, Jack.
I know you are the great Cheyenne, queen of the dance. But this swap is very important. So that this magnificent art form that you and I both love can continue to exist.
I don't know how much is left in me, Jack.
You do love to dance, don't you, Cheyenne?
This is the stuff dreams are made of.
Shall we begin?
Let's begin. You don't compromise. It's the reason I wanted to do this.
Can you believe that's just a rehearsal? Again.
I did it exactly like you said. I did shoo whoosh, skip the whoosh. I did not skip the whoosh.
You did.
This art form will survive. This is wild.
Did you sleep on my couch last night?
I just had sex with Gail on it. Why else would you have us do it?
In the place that you sleep?
Gail lives in Queens. No thanks.
And those great Palladino quips set up perfectly the Mrs. Maisel reunion we have on stage. How did you two get involved in Étoile? Were the roles written for you?
I initially joined as a writer. I was about a month into the writer's room. Every time they talked about my character, they would point to me, but they hadn't offered it to me. And so that was driving me crazy. And then Amy wrote me an email and said, "Can you dance?" And I wrote, "I have danced." And then they gave it to me.
What about you, Luke?
They approached me about 3 weeks after we had wrapped Maisel, and I think they just felt sorry for me because I was depressed, and so they invited me out for dinner, and I followed them home.
What about you, Lou? How did you get to play the title role in Étoile, which is French for star or principal dancer, right?
Yes. It was a very classical way because they didn't know me, I didn't know them. So I have done a casting, but I didn't speak English at first, so I didn't thought it was possible for me to do this kind of character with this English and so fast and so written and all of that.
And back to Maisel, Luke, in your Emmy-winning role, you played a real person, Lenny Bruce, and did you base your neurotic executive director, Jack, on anyone?
Yes.
Elaborate.
But I won't name them. I mean, I have, started working in the theater. And sort of this world feels, very parallel, obviously. It's a performing arts company, and I've been exposed to a lot of the ins and outs of that world and understand just how impossible it is to make anything happen in that world. And so there are certainly people that I've culled from, but I'm not ready to name names.
And Gideon, you're playing with Tobias, the visionary choreographer, another quirky character here. And your musical theater background, did it play a role? And did you shadow any of the professional choreographers on Étoile?
Yeah, I did a musical called Spring Awakening when I was 17 years old, and I worked with a man named Bill T. Jones. Oh, thanks. Bill T. Jones is a legend in the modern dance world, and he is very exacting, he's very blunt, he's eccentric. I feel like I took a lot from him. And then Christopher Wheeldon is a good buddy of mine, and he let me shadow him while he was putting up a new ballet.
And Christopher also appears on Étoile, so something else to look forward to. He is also an actor there. And Lou, you have dance background, right? But did you have to undergo additional training to play Cheyenne? And what was it working with the dance double on those intricate dance numbers?
Yes, hopefully there was a double, because I have done a lot of ballet, but I quit when I was 18 because it was my mother's dream, it wasn't mine. But when I had this part, I thought, why did I stop? Because I had to relearn ballet, and it's really hard. I don't know if you have tried, but it's really hard.
No, it's not.
Oh
She's
my
lying.
God.
I was a dance mom, but yeah, that I've seen from afar, yeah.
Yes. So I have done 9 months of ballet before the shooting, and I work very close with my double, because she's a really dancer. She's better than me.
And for you two guys, how is it to work again with Amy and Daniel, but this time also surrounded by professional dancers and filming a show in 2 languages on 2 continents in some of the most iconic locations?
It was very exciting. I'm really just felt just like a really charmed experience. Amy and Dan have such a work ethic that bleeds out into the crew and into the cast, and it's once you're sort of on the train, you understand that the aim is to sort of raise the bar all the time, and so that's very fulfilling. And New York and Paris, it was nice. It was a nice reprieve from Winnipeg, which I have great affection for, but I was ready for a change.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad. It was, bringing we had a dance company in Paris and another dance company in New York. Amy and Dan are so exacting, but it makes sense to have companies like this. They were so disciplined, and the thrill of doing this show is obviously there's a lot of text, but there's also weaving cameras in and out of dancers. There's only so many times they can do these shots because of their bodies. But it was pretty remarkable that we had a full-on company in Paris and in New York. And I'll say, I worked primarily with the dancers, and I left hating my body.
Yeah, their dedication is really just incredible. Just to have them there every day was just astonishing, and it served as a reminder of just how much is put into the work.
And Gideon, you didn't try dancing yourself? You also had a dance double?
When Lou saw me dance, she looked in my eyes, and she laughed so hard that we decided I shouldn't dance so much in the show.
Lou, I'm sure it was not that bad.
Yes, you are. It was perfect.
Lou, you had other challenges to talk about. First, did you know Amy's work? Had you watched any other shows by Amy, written by Amy? And how challenging was it for you to do that signature rat-a-tat dialogue that she writes in what you just said was your first English-speaking role?
I knew Maisel, so you only this show. I discovered after Gilmore Girl and Bunhead. And for me, it was just so challenging experience because I didn't speak English. I wasn't a ballet dancer. So I had everything to learn. And it's not just speaking English slowly with my French accent. It was, okay, speak very fast with Amy words, a very strong character, very passionate character. So first I thought, okay, she's crazy. Why me? I'm not good enough in everything. But it was I was lucky because I learned many things.
And we need to talk a little bit about also the theme of the show, which is there's a theme going on, and like it says that the arts are dying, and the show is even more relevant these days. So look, your character, for example, is trying everything he can to save the ballet company, but even getting in business with the shady businessmen. In today's digital world, can we save the arts?
You want me to do it? I can do it. Don't even worry about it. You just enjoy your weekend, I'll take care of it. Can we? I don't know. I worry about it, most certainly, especially performing arts, anything that sort of brings people into strangers into a room together. That appetite, I hope that appetite is sort of, within us in a way where we sort of will always find our way back to that. Because I think we did come to it organically over, whatever, however long we've been around. What is it, 500 years? Something like that. I worry about it, most certainly. And then I kind of just keep coming back to, just trying to encourage young people to get into space together.
And looking forward, this is a show, we need to say that it's very close to Amy's heart because it's a love letter to ballet. But beyond that, what would you want people to take away watching Étoile?
Well, I mean, I think the accessibility of ballet obviously is really exciting. The way we shoot ballet is so extraordinary. But this is a show about people who love to create and who love art and will sacrifice anything to do it. And I hope that maybe inspires other people that they can do the same.
And Lou, what has been your experience? Anything? Are you willing to do another English-speaking role after this?
I don't know yet. If I can, why not? I had a training with them.
And also, you're a rare show that got a 2-season pickup. So how is it trying to pace out the story, knowing that this is only the first chapter? And also, for fans, it helps because they know that you can invest in the show, and I really recommend you do, because it will continue.
I think that's more in the writing that's determined, how it's paced out.
You're saying you want me to take this?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm sort of just waiting for the surprise.
So you started speaking to tell me to speak?
It's called a prompt.
But the first season takes place over a couple months of the swap. The whole premise of the show is that they come up with a swap of artists to generate buzz into their companies because people are losing interest in their companies. So only a short amount of time has passed. So I think there's so many different places that we can go from there. We can go right where we left off, or we can go a little bit further in and see how all these relationships develop. But I think people will fall in love with the characters. I know you will, and I think you really will invest in these characters.
And how did you get into the writer's room? I meant to ask.
How?
I've always sort of been a writer, but during the pandemic, I became very manic and started writing quite a lot just because I was so bored. And then they read some of my writing. We got along very well during Maisel, and then they just asked me. I'm very lucky. This is quite abnormal.
I can write, I think.
Okay.
I have ideas. Let me tell you about season 3.
Time's up.
That's a perfect ending.